Tell me what it's like to work in America without telling me what it's like to work in America.
At my old job, there was a rule that if you clocked in even 1 minute late, it counted for half of a day's absence. And you were only allowed 3 absences in a rolling calendar year before you had some sort of disciplinary action from HR. So I had an employee who was amazing. They did their job perfectly well. I loved working with them. But once in a while, they clocked in a little late. I'm talking like 1 minute, 2 minutes. They had small children. We all know kids are time thieves. On their way to work one day, they witnessed a car accident where one of the cars caught on fire. They stopped, pulled a person from the burning vehicle, saving their life. Because of this, they were late to work and they got terminated. But they were recognized on the news for being a hero.
Okay, I'm gonna jam this into 60 seconds. I worked as a therapist in 2018. I was promoted 3 times in 3 months, so should have been a big red flag for me. I was working over 55 hours a week for an entire year. I was fired 1 week shy of 1 year. I was sat in the office and told that I didn't work hard and that they were firing me. Mind you, I never took a day off. I never had sick time, nothing. Anytime I tried to, no one would be there to cover me, and my vacation and sick time would be denied. And the reason I was fired was most likely because a week before I was fired, I finally set assertive boundaries with them and told me that I needed time off because I had a huge exam for my license coming up and I needed to study for it and to take it. And I lost over 400 hours in sick and vacation time. And I even was forced to go to work the day my grandma passed away.
So my husband used to work for Sonic Drive-Thru. Our daughter was 3 months old at the time. She had quit breathing and was like purple. I called him frantically and was like, I'm taking her to the hospital. It's bad. You need to meet me there. His manager was not happy about it, but he left. That hospital had to transfer her to another one because they couldn't handle the situation. She had vomit in her lungs. Her oxygen levels were not stabilizing. The bigger hospital kept her for 3 days, trying to figure out what was wrong and trying to stabilize her oxygen levels. It was scary enough where he did not go back to work for those 3 days. He stayed in the hospital by her side. When she was released, he got a work note from the hospital like he was supposed to and went back to work. They had the nerve to tell him if it ever happened again, he was fired. Over a job that pays $2.75 an hour, plus tips, no real growth opportunity, no real career opportunity.
I was a supervisor in charge of donuts at a bakery. I only have about a couple months of experience in it, but they gave me the supervisor position for $18 an hour. Now, the woman I was working with, who was technically underneath my position, had 6 years of experience and was getting $17 an hour, even though she was doing way more than me. And when I talked to my boss about it and said, hey, like, she deserves more money, in fact, she probably deserves the supervisor position, he threatened me. And then fired me. And then fired her.
I once got fired while I was literally in a coma. So I was in the hospital, in a coma, and my mother answered the phone and talked to my manager, told her everything that was going on. And then 2 days later, I had another phone call telling me that I had been fired for no call, no showing for 3 days because I was in a coma. When I got this phone call, I had been conscious for about an hour and a half, and they instantly terminated me.
We hit the pandemic and I became a special ed teacher for Montefiore kids at my charter school. I thought the entire time that they had all the support in the world, that we were advocating for these parents for external knowledge and community resources. They started telling me that if they have a sibling at the school, they can share headphones and they can share a Chromebook. Then they said that when they weren't meeting their goals, that just bump them up and we'll test them at the new level. But they're not meeting their objectives. They said it affects our funding if students don't grow, so just go ahead and pass them. I said no. So then we have a meeting with HR because I sent an email saying that I am not comfortable with my leadership. And apparently I wasn't reflecting the core values of the school. So I followed up with, I didn't know lying to parents and taking advantage of their lack of education was part of the mission statement, which led to a 30-day probation period, and I ended up quitting.
Hey, so I was on my way to work, sitting at the stoplight, and someone ran the light and hit my car. No, it's no longer drivable now. Yeah, no, I can't drive it. The airbag deployed, the wheels bent in pretty bad. I can send you guys some pictures, but I'm not gonna be able to come in today. No, I'm not asking for a ride. I'm just asking for a little bit of time, maybe today off, so I can go deal with my car and figure out how I'm gonna get to work tomorrow. I have literally never missed a day. I'm just asking for this one day. That'd be great. What do you mean? No, I'm not making it up. I'm not trying to skip work because it's Saturday. I swear to God, I will send you a picture. I literally just need this one day. Like, can you just, fine, write me up. I don't care. Just write me up.
I had a baby in 2019, and when I went back to work after maternity leave, I was still breastfeeding, so I had to pump when I was at work. Typical breaks were 15 minutes. Now for me to leave my post, get my pumping stuff, go to the private room, which wasn't always available, get it all set up, take my shirt off, get it going, wait till I was empty, clean it back up. 15 minutes was not an adequate amount of time. Coworkers would be annoyed that I was taking longer than 15 minutes, even though we had discussed it several times. My managers would tell me that I needed to be faster. Did they really think I wanted to be in the back room of a Target without a shirt on, getting milked like a cow, just for a little bit of extra break time? They'll tell you they're accommodating until you need accommodation.
Can you please come see me in my office? Sure. Please have a seat. Hi, how are you this morning? So I need to have a real discussion with you today. Okay, how may I help you? I have been going over your numbers this morning. You are my highest producing employee in this office. Oh wow, that's awesome. No, it's not a celebration. I noticed you are going to the restroom a lot. Yes, I am pregnant, with a very high-risk pregnancy. I went over this with our VP. I don't care about that. You need to limit your restroom breaks to twice a day. You would hate to get fired over this and no longer have insurance for your sick baby. I'm pregnant due in January 2021. Okay, since you're new you won't get paid maternity leave. Uses bathroom for longer than 2 minutes. Is there a reason why you took forever in the bathroom? Because I'm pregnant. Maybe you should wear a Depends to work. I'm not wearing a diaper. November 2020, we have COVID in the building, but you will be okay. 1 week later, I'm 30 for weeks and just tested positive for COVID-19. December 20th, 2020 falls on ice outside of work. Coworker finds me. Do you want me to call 911? Yes. December 28th, 2020 induction day. Just want to let you know you might not get workman's comp because there was no witness, and this isn't how you get paid maternity leave. I'm a little busy having a baby. I'm pregnant, so I am going to need off for doctor's appointments. Did you do it on purpose? It doesn't matter because I am already pregnant, but no, I was on birth control. Do you plan on getting married? I'm not sure yet. Goes to doctor and find out I have a cyst that must be removed. Call the doctor and ask how bad it will hurt so you can work your... This happened around 6 years ago, Irk. I was a store manager and was friends with a woman who was barely older than me who managed a different location. She managed one of the lowest volume stores in our district, so she often had to work open to close by herself. She was a couple months pregnant. I can't remember exactly how many weeks or months along she was. On one of these particular days where she had to pull a double by herself, she wasn't feeling well and went to the bathroom and realized she was having a miscarriage. So she called our district manager for help, and she told her to just flush it down the toilet and that she couldn't go home because the assistant manager that worked that location couldn't be reached at the time. She ended up staying and not reporting our DM to HRBC. She was scared of getting I can't come in tomorrow. I'm having emergency DNC for a miscarriage. It's making me sick. If you don't come in for your next scheduled shift, you're fired. The doctor gave me a note for work saying I get 3 days off to recover. Next day. If you do not come in tomorrow for your scheduled shift, I'm going to have to fire you. If you don't show up tomorrow, you're fired. I have 3 days strict bed rest. Next day. Why didn't you show up? I'm on strict bed rest for 2 more days. You're fired. I don't think you'll be able to open tomorrow. I'm in so much pain in giving you 12-hour notice. Can you open for me? I just came to work and I think I might be having miscarriage. I'm sitting on the floor and I can't get up. 5 missed calls. Gym front desk called 911. I'm still on the floor and think I'm heavily bleeding. 10 missed calls. You better not leave. I can cover you at 9 a.m. max. The paramedics just came. Don't you dare to leave. I won't be there until 9 a.m. You must stay. I'm 10 weeks pregnant. I'm having a miscarriage and bleeding all over the floor. What if area manager comes and you're not there? I have to go to the hospital. I hope that it's true. I'm gonna call front desk right now. Babe, I'm in severe pain and bleeding. I think I'm having a miscarriage. OMG, do you need to go to the hospital? Probably. It's really fucking painful. Okay? Hey, my wife is having an emergency. I need to leave. Oh, what's wrong? She's having a medical emergency. I need to go. Did she call 911? Her sister is driving her, but I need to leave to meet her at the hospital. You just got here an hour ago and it's really busy right now. Can it wait? No, it can't. That's why it's an emergency. Well, you were sick last month and used your sick days. If you leave, you'll be fired. Really, my wife is losing our baby and you are gonna fire me for leaving. Yes, there's nothing you can do to help her. You need to stay at work. Wow, fuck you. I can't come to work today. The doctors want me on bed rest. Bring a note tomorrow. They think I'm in labor, so I might not be there tomorrow. Whatever. I had my baby, so I won't be at work for the next 6 weeks. You should have called me and let me know you weren't coming. It was 4 a.m. I'm sorry. You could have texted. You have a strict no texting to call out policy. Whatever, see you in 6 weeks. Hello, I will not be coming into work today as I am currently going into labor. Wait, what? Who is going to cover your shift? I am not sure. I can't find someone to cover. But I told you that I was already 3 centimeters dilated a week ago and that he was coming soon. Okay, are you taking time off or coming back when you get out of the hospital? I am not sure if you are joking. Is that a serious question? I filed for a FMLA, so is that a no? You know you don't get paid. Can you call someone to come in? No, I am giving birth right now. I will see you in 12 weeks. I am in the hospital. I just had my baby. I won't be at work today. What? I thought she wasn't due until the end of July? She came 6 weeks early. I told you I was in labor on Saturday. I didn't think it was real labor. Well, she was born 30 minutes ago, so I won't be able to be at work for a little while. Silence. We aren't ready for you to be gone yet. They are making sure her lungs are developed. I have to get ready for work. Click. Ring ring. We need to know how to put paper in the credit card machine. Hey, can you come in today? What? I'm on maternity leave and I'm in the hospital. I really need you today. Can you come in late? No, I just had a C-section and I have COVID. Okay, how about tomorrow? I can't come in for 6 weeks. Why can't you come in tonight? I am currently paralyzed from the chest down. I cannot walk. I have COVID. and my stomach is gashed open. I am sorry. I won't be able to come in for my shift tomorrow. I am being induced and need to start maternity leave. You should have told me the second you found out you were being induced. I can't find someone to cover your shift on such short notice. I just now left the doctor's office. I came straight here to tell you. Can't you push it back for a few days or a week? We are really short-staffed. I am already past my due date. My doctor said it isn't safe. We both knew this could happen. Have you been cleared to come back yet? Not yet. My appointment is this week though. Your maternity leave and FMLA are over. I am putting you back on the schedule for tomorrow. Hi, congratulations on your new baby. When do you plan to come back to work? I'll be back for weeks from Friday. That's when my 6-week mark is up. Unfortunately, you are out of your PTO days, so we will need you back sooner. I was hoping you could come back in the next week or two. We are really short-staffed. I'm not medically released until 6 weeks after birth. We will have to review your employment with the company then. Can you come in for a meeting next week? You're the new HR manager. Yes. So I'm assuming you know about FMLA? If you cannot make it to your evaluation next Wednesday, your employment will be terminated. I just had a baby 12 days ago. I'm baffled by this. No, I will not be there. This email is to inform you that the VP of HR has written you up for insubordination. This is your first warning. If it happens again, you will be fired. Wait, what? Can you explain to me what happened? I don't even remember talking to her this week. She said hello to you on Monday, and you didn't smile or say hello back to her. You're rude. Do you mean this Monday? The day I came back from oral surgery and couldn't talk, move my jaw, or smile. The day I came back to work against medical advice because you said you'd fire me if I didn't. You need to work on your attitude problem. I'm putting you on a PIP. At work where 2 of my regular customers find me knocked out in the office. Hey, I need to go home or to the hospital. 2 of our customers just found me unconscious in the office. You have to find replacement yourself. Tries all of my coworkers to come in while feeling like I'm gonna pass out again. No one is answering. I don't feel right. I need to go. You can't leave until you find someone to come in. I tried everyone. I need to leave, please. Something is wrong. Calls husband and explains everything. Then tell her you quit. Your health is more important than that job. I need to go to the hospital. I'm gonna lock the door and go. I'm scared. You do that and you're fired. Calls boss at 4 a.m. Hey, I can't come in today. I'm in the hospital. I don't have anyone to cover you. I'm so sorry, but I'm in so much pain and they don't know what it is. Again, I don't have anyone to take over your shift. You better come in at 8 a.m. In getting an emergency surgery, I won't be able to come. No, you need to come to work. Hello? Are you seriously not coming in? Calls phone 25 times. I'm gonna write you up. This is unacceptable. I need you to come into work. We assumed you would be back by now and have no one to cover for you. I had spinal surgery 2 weeks ago. Yes. I still can't walk. My back is still healing. I can't even use the bathroom on my own. Okay. I told you I needed 2 months for recovery. Doctor orders. You have no sick time left. Get it covered or be here. We can move the tables so you can fit your wheelchair in between them. No one can cover me. See you at 4. Do I need to move tables? Jamie said she would help you to the bathroom if you need it. Okay, no, I'm not serving tables from a wheelchair. We will be slammed tonight. I will just try to walk. Can you take off your back brace? It looks unprofessional. Hi, is this Chelsea? Yes. I am calling from HR about your leave of absence. Okay. How are you? Not great. I am actually on my way home from chemotherapy. Well, I got your paperwork from the doctor and it looks like they don't know when exactly you'll return to work. That is because I need a stem cell transplant. Okay, well, I don't think your manager is going to grant any more time off. They assured me they would when my cancer relapsed. Are you firing me? I am literally on my way home from chemo. Starts crying. Well, it is never a good time to have these conversations. We have a lot more people off on leave than you and we must protect the business. We talked to our lawyers. What the fuck? You've been using the bathroom a lot today. What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, my diverticulitis is acting up and I'm in a lot of pain. Well, if you're in that much pain, why are you not going to the doctors? Because I don't have health insurance and I can't afford to go for them to tell me I'm having a flare-up. Well, I think you're faking it to get out of doing work. I'm sending you home early and you can't come back until you have doctor's notice that please, I can't afford to go to the doctors. I know what's going on. I just need to switch to a liquid diet. You can't come back without a note. Hey, I can't come in today. I'm in there. Oh no. Why? I've been here since 5 a.m. I have a kidney stone blocking the line to my bladder. Oh no, get well soon and bring your work excuse. Hey Austin. Here's my work excuse. Yeah, I understand you were sick or whatever, but you have to find someone to cover your shift. Before I was well enough to even touch my phone, I was projectile vomiting from how much pain I was in. And when I texted you, I was higher than a kite on pain meds. I'm so sorry I left you in the dust. Next time I'm in there, I will definitely make you a priority. Calls boss on Saturday. He just found out I have a blood clot and will need to have procedure done. All week. No. They want me to be off my period, so it will be Tuesday or Wednesday before I go in. TMI, so you will be online until then? I mean, yeah, I guess I have to be laying down with my leg up the whole time. Okay, talk then. Works Monday and Tuesday. I'm going in Wednesday morning for the thrombolysis. I will be in ICU for at least 24 hours while the line is in my leg. Soaker hose dripping blood thinner to break up the clot. Okay, see you Friday. Stays in ICU through Friday, but shows up Monday like a good girl. Hey, I'm throwing up. I won't be able to come in today. Okay, feel better. Assistant manager ignoring me the next day. Is something wrong? I can't believe you weren't here yesterday. I was throwing up blood. You left us short-staffed. You need to apologize to the staff. Hey, this is just wanted to inform you I was in a bad accident. Yeah, sure, you don't have sick time. Be here at 6 p.m. I have a broken leg and a possible concussion. I'm going to the hospital. If you don't come in, I will have to fire you. What? After a year, I have never missed a day, and was only late one time due to a freeway closure. Be here at 6. I know you need this job. F you, I quit. I don't feel good. What's wrong? My shoulder has been bugging me. You should get that checked out. I can't leave. I have it too many points. 2 hours later, passes out. Weo. What happened? Joe passed out? I hope he's okay. Me too. Points Joe for missing half the day. The fuck? He left in an ambulance. Calls manager the day before my shift. Sorry, I will not be able to come in tomorrow. I have the flu and my doctor says I have to be out until I have no fever, So maybe a day or two. Okay, just make sure you bring a doctor's note. Thank you, and I'm sorry. Hope everyone has a good shift. 8:02 a.m. the next day. Gets text message from doctor I worked with. Where the fuck are you? Knocked out from NyQuil. Hello. Calls 1,057,482 times. Wakes up 2 hours later to a voicemail from the head doctor. Voicemail: Hey, it's currently 8:25 a.m., and you aren't here. I'm tired of your bullshit. Angie says he doesn't know anything about you calling out. Stop being lazy or you will not have a job to come back to. Voicemail left at 4 a.m. Hey, I just woke up to a sore throat, cough, no sense of taste, and my fever is 100.2. I have an appointment to get COVID tested today, but I just wanted to let you know since I am scheduled to work at 9 tonight that I will not be coming in. I won't have my results back and I will not risk getting anyone else sick. 10 minutes before my shift, 100.2 is acceptable to come in. Until you have a positive COVID test or are in hospital, I expect to see you here. I do not appreciate the last minute message, you know that. We have a 48-hour policy when it comes to calling in sick. Hey, my school just went into lockdown over threats of a shooter in my building. Hopefully I can get out before I need to be there, but if not, I'm just letting you know I might be late. I'm sorry. Because of COVID, if you feel sick at all or have any symptoms, please stay home just in case. The next day, hey. So I'm not feeling too great. I have a fever and can't taste or smell. Probably going to get a COVID test. Oh no, you need to come in. I have no one to cover you. But you said, Thomas, this is unacceptable, telling me you're not feeling well the morning of your shift. I'm sorry, but you said to stay home so I don't spread COVID. Fine, please get a test and let me know. I have no idea who will cover you. Maybe get a test and come to work while you wait for results. They said I have to isolate while I wait for results to come in. I tested positive. I'm mandated by law to stay home for 10 days. You're fired. I am now short a person, and with such short notice, I hope you realize how bad you screwed me over. I tested positive for COVID-19. You need to quarantine for 14 days and can return to work when 3 days symptom-free. Returns to work 3 weeks later. We would like to have a discussion with you about your attendance. Mia gets a mild fever at work. Manager checks temp. You should be fine. It's probably because of temp change. Oh, okay, haha, I'll be fine. Manager coercing away my concern and pays little mind to it. Me, hey? I've been sick with COVID symptoms since yesterday. I can't do rapid testing because I don't want to put customers at risk. Not knowing if I have COVID. Manager, hey, things aren't working out for us. If you need recommendations, let us know. Hey, I think I may have the flu. I probably won't be able to work tomorrow evening. Going to get tested now. Okay, just let me know. I'm positive for flu. Sends proof of doctor's note. No response. The next morning. I'm not able to find anyone to pick up your shift tonight. I'm sorry, I would make it if I wasn't sick. 30 minutes after shift starts. So you're just not going to come to work today. I have the flu. Finds out dad tested positive during my shift late at night. Follows protocol by calling my work's COVID line and fills out a leave for quarantine. The following day. Sleeping in because I don't have shit to do. Called me when I was asleep, leaving me a voicemail asking to call back. Then right after calls my father. Wakes up and calls back. Hi, says manager's name. I just saw you called. What's up? Sounds incredibly pissed off. I was wondering why you aren't here for your shift. Confused AF. I found out last night I had to quarantine. I told the managers there and called the company line. I won't be there for 2 weeks. Long rant about me being a horrible and Hey, I can't come into work today. I got jumped on my way to my 5 a.m. shift, so there's no way you can come in. No, they robbed me and stole my ID and passport. You need your ID for when you check in at work. I know, that's why I can't come in. We don't have anyone to cover you. Did you hear what I said? I was robbed. They stole my entire backpack. It was very traumatic. What happens outside of the workplace is your own responsibility. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been walking to work at 4 a.m. Well, then you should have taken an Uber. I can't afford it. You only pay me minimum wage. Well, don't let it happen again.
I'm currently finishing up an 18-hour shift at the hospital, which previous to, I worked a 12-hour shift with a 4-hour rest period in between. So I started at 7 p.m. and then went to 7:30 a.m. I slept for about an hour and a half because, you gotta go home, shower, get all the nasty hospital off of you. And then I came back to work from 1:30 in the afternoon, and it is almost currently 7:30 in the morning again. This next paycheck will be enough just to pay my bills, and I will still be in the red or the negative.
This is where things are so messed up. I went to school for 6 years at the University of Michigan and have 2 degrees in psychology and secondary education, where I currently work as a middle school teacher. Tell me why, with the 6 years of education that I put towards getting into my degree and all the continuing education hours required of teachers with professional development and sketches, that I have to work a second job in a restaurant as a server waiting tables. Not only that, it is possible, because I have done it multiple times, to make my biweekly teacher paycheck waiting tables in 1 week. That's half the amount of time. Tell me that's not messed up.
So I got excited when I got my new job. I was going to get insurance for the first time in years, okay? So we had all the insurance, and we paid, it was super cheap too. It was like $200 a month for me and my husband. I was like, this is amazing, great. So my husband threw his back out, so we had to rush him to the emergency room. They did x-rays, did the whole thing. They thought we were just there to score drugs. They told him that he needed to go and get physical therapy, blah, blah, blah. I get a $2,000 bill in the mail a month later, and then all of his therapy appointments aren't covered by our insurance. When I called insurance, they told me, oh yeah, we only pay 10% of everything. What? Then I had to go to the OBGYN for a gynecology appointment, and they told me that they didn't cover any of that. So everything that I did at the OBGYN, I had to cover myself, because they don't cover anything that has to do with fertility.
Excuse the appearance, I was working out. When I was in my late 20s, my daughter was about 4. We really couldn't afford much more than ramen and frozen food for dinner. I was working 3 jobs, by the way. And we decided that enough was enough, and I was going to go to school, and I was going to get what we call a big girl job. I went to school and worked 2 jobs while I was in school. Graduated at 3rd in my class, by the way. Got my big girl job, got more money than I'd ever been paid at any one single job. Worked more than 40 hours a week every single week. Life insurance, health insurance, we had the whole shebang. Still couldn't afford to eat more than ramen and frozen food for dinner, though.
We have an open position in social work. Any takers? Yeah, I'm interested. I have a degree in education and about 10 years experience working with teenagers. Great, you're hired. Any questions? Yeah, a few. The hours I'm working, are they going to be conducive to a healthy social life? Oh, absolutely not. You'll be working Wednesday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. We say 11 p.m., but really you're going to be here till 2. We just won't pay you past 11. Is the pay competitive at least? Well, for someone with your level of education and extensive experience, you'll be making $12.50 an hour. Do I get benefits? Just dental. And I'm not going to get any kind of emotional trauma from working this job? You absolutely are. And are there any other open positions in this state that utilize my degree to some capacity? Not even kind of.
Hey buddy, so I know you asked for some time off, but we didn't give it to you. We gave it to the girl who's being here for less time, because we need you. Do you know what clopening is? No? Well, Mom, it's gonna happen a lot. Oh, I see you have a 4-year degree, but because you don't have any experience in this particular field, we're going to start you at $12 an hour part-time with no benefits. I know you've been standing for 10 hours on marble floor, but you already had your paid 1-hour break, and we don't recognize any other break. It's Christmas, so we set up a cot for you in the back. You basically just have to live here. Mental health. That's weird. I don't know what that means. Sitting down looks very unprofessional. Is there any way you can come in after your dad's funeral? So that customer that was really rude to you, I told her to come back anytime and I gave her 10% off.
Hi, my name is Christina. I am an independent contractor. I teach theater and dance, support myself. However, it's not a real job. And when COVID hit and the entertainment industry went downhill, and no one could afford to pay me, I don't qualify for unemployment. Why? Because I'm an independent contractor. Not to mention, there's no benefits. Health insurance? Psh, no. You don't need that. What's that? It's fine.
So I work for this really popular chain store, right? And I'm not considered full-time because I'm not scheduled 40 hours. I'm only scheduled 38 hours. And this morning, I had some minor dental surgery that I knew I was going to be really groggy for, and I was going to want to go home and go to bed for the rest of the day. But I don't get sick days because I'm part-time. And so I couldn't justify spending the gas money to drive home and then drive back to town tonight to clock in. So I bought a heated blanket and a pillow, and I took a 4.5-hour nap in my car in the parking lot in 20-degree weather because I couldn't afford the gas money or a sick day.
Okay, I'll play this one. So my husband and I had our first baby in 2018, and for me to be able to take 10 weeks of unpaid FMLA, we had to aggressively save, use all of my PTO for the year, and we relied on short-term disability, which was supposed to give me 50% of my pay for 6 weeks. Called the short-term disability provider ahead of time, made sure we understood how everything worked, all gravy. So then we go and I have my baby, but my money doesn't show up. So I called the short-term disability provider and I'm like, hey, where's my money? And they're like, oh, you have to wait 2 weeks before we send out your first check. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. No one ever mentioned that, but okay, then I get paid. They're like, yeah, then you'll receive 1 check a week for 4 weeks. And I'm like, well, it's supposed to be 6 weeks of pay, not 4. And they're like, well, it is 6 weeks because there's the 2-week waiting period. I'm like, do I get paid for the waiting period? And they're like, no. I'm like, so it's really 4 weeks of pay. They're like, but it's 6 weeks. And that's what it's like to work in America. Fucked up.
I'm not going to say it without saying it. I'm just going to say it, okay? I one time got a $12 an hour job. I was so poor and desperate, I was willing to drive 45 miles each direction for this job. I got health insurance through them. With my new private health insurance, I went to go fill my prescriptions, and it would have cost me over $1,000 a month. $1,000 on a $12 an hour wage. It would have never worked in a million years. There's no way I could have ever afforded that. My social worker, I had a social worker, a medical social worker. She literally told me, you need to quit your job ASAP so that you can get on assistance and get your medication that you need to live. And that's exactly what I did, because that's what I had to do. That's why it's taken me so long to get out of poverty. It's impossible for some people. I got lucky.
Almost every other employer I've had before this. Not the one I currently work for, but the ones before this. Hey, I have to call out today. I'm really sick. Oh, okay. Define sick, and if you're really sick, make sure you have a doctor's note, knowing damn well you don't offer your employees benefits. And if you do offer them benefits, you don't pay them enough to afford those benefits. So going to the doctor to get a doctor's note over a cold, even though you feel like shit, is like, might as well just not pay the electric bill that month. So yeah, you're just gonna go ahead and come into work.
Hey, I need you to stay late today. We have to put away some ads, we have a truck to do, and I need you to take care of those 2 customers even though your shift's over. I'm happy to help, but I'm getting really close to overtime. You sure that's okay? Look, we're a team here. You just need to sacrifice a little bit. No problem, happy to help. Hey, you worked 60 hours last week. You know we don't pay overtime. You asked me to stay late and I told you I was getting close. Well, the company doesn't allow overtime. I'm gonna have to write you up for this. What the hell, man? You asked me to work. Look, I don't really care. I don't want to hear excuses. You need to manage your time better.
Alright, this fucking job. So my job hired a new assistant manager, and she started working out our schedule because it was around the holidays, and she was doing a really good job, and she was making sure it was fair. And so there was me and 2 other people who did my exact job, and then the assistant manager was also trained to do it if we needed a day off. And so she got it all sorted out, so we all had 1 to 2 days around Christmas off to go see our families, because me and one other person were from out of state. So she submits the request, and my boss looks at her, even though it's all figured out already, he has to do nothing, looks at her and goes, Connor just had 1 day off around Thanksgiving. Why does a 22-year-old need 2 days off for Christmas? As if me being 22 years old means that I don't deserve to go home and see my family.
My wife is currently at work. While our section of the city has no power, it's -11 outside. That's Fahrenheit, -11 below zero. They're not able to do anything because they don't have any power. Like, they literally had to pry the doors open and closed. No lights in the store, no heat. I don't know how cold it is in there, but it's probably below 40. And their district manager won't let them go home. It's currently almost 9:30. He's shooting for a late open. He's got them on their hands and knees, in the dark, in the cold, cleaning the store. Because apparently in corporate America, that's the best use of time in sub-zero temperatures.
Thank you for choosing Pizza Hut. How can I help you? Oh, I am so sorry, ma'am. I did not mean to say the word shit. Woman says, oh, that's okay. My husband curses all the time. Come in a week later, turns out I'm fired for accidentally saying the word shit. Well, in their terms, let go. Even after I apologized to the woman twice. Made sure her order was correct and everything. And yet still corporate decided to fire me. I was one of their hardest working people there. One accident. It's been tough to find work ever since. This is a true story, by the way. It was completely an accident.
Yeah, sure. So a missing child came into my work. That was a thing. And my manager on duty knew she was missing because we ended up finding her on the missing and exploited children's website. They're acting sketchy. Whatever. Yeah. They came to get a package. The older gentleman that she was with told me his name. So I knew his name, or his fake name at least. Anyways, I ended up calling the detective in charge of her case and was like, hey, I know she's been missing for 2 years from a state that is like way far away from where I live, but I think I found her. You want to know what happened? I got in trouble. I got in trouble for finding a missing child and alerting the fucking police. Anyways, yeah. Welcome to America. Welcome to Big Corp.
How about this bullshit? So I'm an EMT. I'm around COVID all the time, as you know. I'm currently in quarantine for COVID. I tested positive. So our policy is you have to quarantine for 2 weeks from the first onset of symptoms. So if I get sick on the 7th, 2 weeks from that would be this Sunday, the 21st. So I get 8 missed phone calls, 2 text messages, 1 voicemail yesterday morning, wondering where I am, threatening me with termination. I also provided documentation the minute I found out I was positive, with the doctor's note and the positive test. Threatening me with termination for not showing up to work because I have COVID. If that's not America, I don't know what is.
So I worked at Lush Cosmetics for a long time, and one night I was having an IBS flare-up, and I called my manager and asked her to come in and cover for me because I was shitting myself. Diarrhea, IBS, really bad, like nothing I can do about it. And she wouldn't come in for me, and no one else would cover for me, and so she told me that I had no choice. I had to close, and I said, well, I'm like literally shitting myself and I can't leave the floor unattended. Like, can you just come up here so I can go to the bathroom and change? And she's like, no, like, you can figure it out. You have some associates there, right? I said, I have one person. I can't leave one person who's not a manager on the floor. And she was like, you'll figure it out. Like, I have to go. And just left me there on the floor in Lush Cosmetics, shit running down my leg. You know, and that's when I knew I was done with retail.
A coworker of mine at the hospital that I work at, who's worked there for 23 years, just got diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, and she needs 6 rounds of chemo before having surgery to hopefully remove it. And another coworker of ours donated a week's vacation time to her so she could have more time to recover after the chemo. And this is not the feel-good moment that you think it might be.
Hey, I understand that I've called out twice already, but I'm going to need to call out a third day. I'm just not feeling well. I have a fever of 105, and it wouldn't be safe for any of the other employees around to come into work. I need a doctor's note. Well, I can't go to the doctor because I don't have health insurance. According to Medi-Cal, I make too much money. Yeah, I understand that I make minimum wage and that I have other bills I need to pay, but they don't care about any of that. I'm fired if I don't come in. Okay. All right, no, it's fine. I'll come in and make sure to cough everywhere on everybody else. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'll make sure everyone else gets sick too. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, no. I'm sure business is much more important than the health of the people working for you.
So I work in a restaurant, right? A majority of the people that come in are old men. And I'm the youngest person that works there by a long shot, so it always seems that I get sexually harassed by these old men, right? So last week, this old man comes in, and it's like 5 minutes before closing, so I'm in a pissy fucking mood, because I was almost done fucking closing. So I take his order, I drop off his salad, I'm grinding fucking pepper on his salad, and he looks at me and he goes, "You seem like a bad girl." I'm like, what do you mean by that? He goes on a whole tangent talking about how I look so bad, how I seem so naughty. Like I'm wearing my work uniform. I'm just grinding fucking pepper, bro. What the fuck? He starts asking me these personal questions about myself, my family, where we live. So I found a way to incorporate the fact that I own pepper spray and I keep it on me and that I'm not afraid to use it.
The day I turned 16, I went to get a little job at this restaurant in my town, and they hired me on the spot. So on my 16th birthday, I took my first shift. The restaurant was owned and ran by this man who was like always there, always watching us. He had cameras all over the restaurant to watch us, whatever, not a big deal. Also, side note, they only hire women as waitresses at this restaurant, which is weird, but I'll get to that. One day, I asked to take off because I had been working every single day for like the past weeks, and I wanted to go to a concert so bad, and my boss would not let me go to the concert. Like, he was like, no, like, we need you, even though the restaurant was not busy at all. I was literally begging him and like so upset, like I really wanted to go. It was like my favorite artist at the time, blah, blah, blah. This 50-year-old man looked me in the face. I was 16 at the time. I swear to God, and he says, "If you come in my office right now and suck my dick, I'll give you off." I said no, I went to the concert anyway, and he fired me.
Hi, this is so-and-so from the office, and I'm just wondering where you're at because you're on the schedule for today, and wondering if you're coming in. No, I'm in San Francisco. So I'm like 500 miles away. I'm not coming in. I took vacation time. Did you not know that? Oh, yeah, we saw that. We saw it, but we put you on the schedule this week, and it's really your responsibility to check the online schedule to see if you come in or not. So you really need to come in because we're really understaffed. So when can you be here? I'm in San Francisco. I'm 500 miles away. I'm not coming in today. Well, you see, Justin, that's really not going to work for us, and that's very unacceptable and unprofessional that you would not show up when you're scheduled. So we're going to have a talk when you get back, okay? Cool deal, my guy. Bye.
Okay, so when I was 16 years old, I was a supervisor at a craft store. I worked customer service, and I was a very hard worker, very responsible for my age. I worked almost every single weekend, but I had a trip planned with my boyfriend at the time. We were headed to Canada. When we took time off, we were supposed to get somebody to fill our spots. And since I was a supervisor, it had to be another supervisor. So I asked a daytime shift supervisor to help me out. She said yes. So I was on my way to Canada when I got a call from my boss. She said, "Where the heck are you?" And I said, "I'm on my way to Canada." I said, "Remember, I told you that me and Colleen were switching. Is she not there? Oh my God." She said, "No, that she's here." I said, "Okay, what's the problem then?" She said, "I never signed the time off slip. It was never written down that we were switching. So even though she was physically there for coverage, on paper she wasn't. So I got written out. It ruined most of my trip because I was worried about losing my job." Hi, Michelle.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
David, it's Ryan.
Oh, hey, bro.
I know it's your day off. I need you to come in.
Yeah, no.
I really, really need you, buddy.
I would. I normally do.
Yeah, you normally always do.
I actually have a migraine right now, so I'm not really doing much of anything.
Well, go ahead and take an Advil. I need you to come in.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to come in, I'm going to have to find somebody else. I can't have this inconsistency. Yeah. All right. Well,
fuck you.
Well, I guess that's it.
So I used to work at this movie store, and my manager randomly out of nowhere after like a month of me working here started eating my food every day for like a month. And I reported him for it because every time I confronted him, he would just be like, I didn't eat your food, even though we were the only two people working. And then like a month after that, when he finally stops eating my food, he starts talking about doing drugs in front of kids in the store. So I reported him for that too. And then he goes on to start telling me about how he's on drugs while on the clock. And I even got proof of him doing said drugs while on the clock. And I ain't talking about, I'm talking about, I got fired for it, even though I had proof. He's still the manager. Not of that store because they shut it down, but he's still a manager.
I'm 17. I work 2 jobs. And at one of my jobs, my boss got mad at me because I couldn't work during the day during the school week. And he told me that if I wasn't able to come in, that was my problem. And I said, I can't. I have school. And he said, you're online. You can do school here. And I was like...
My first job ever was at Chick-fil-A. I was 16, it was minimum wage. And coincidentally, as soon as my managers found out I had a girlfriend, they started treating me very badly. So at this location, we were expected to request time off super far into advance, months. In the summer before my senior year, my mom was getting chemotherapy. And so I told them at the beginning of summer, I was like, hey, there's gonna be days or weeks that I'll need off. Because I lived alone with her and I was like, I need to be there to take care of her and make sure she's okay after she gets her treatments and be there for her treatments. And they were like, okay, we'll just request off the days. And I was like, well, I don't know what days it's going to be yet, but I will let you know as soon as possible. And then they told me I was being really inconsiderate because the location I worked at got super busy during the summer and they were like, we need as many people on board as we can and it doesn't seem like you're on board. And I was like, I'm 17. My mom is dying.
My dad passed away today and I'm not going to be able to make it in tomorrow. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I totally understand. Take all the time you need. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'll keep you posted, okay? Don't worry about a thing. We got it covered. Hi, listen, there is a lot going on. I just really need to take the rest of the week off. Oh. Well, do you really think that's smart? You only worked 2 days this week and you know we don't offer bereavement pay. Yes, I understand that you don't offer bereavement pay or sick pay or vacation time and that my check is going to be very small this week. Then wouldn't it make sense to come into work? Do you really think you need this much time off? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I've worked for you for 2 years and I have never called off. All I need is a couple days to help my mom with the funeral arrangements. Fine, but plan on staying late next week so you can get caught up on your work.
So back in 2013, I was working as a tour guide in Philadelphia, and my uncle had throat cancer. We were pretty sure that he was going to die pretty soon. So I told my boss, I will give you as much notice as possible in case the funeral happens to be on a day that I'm supposed to be working. So eventually he did pass away, and lo and behold, I was working on the day of the funeral. So I called my boss. I had a couple days, maybe even a week's notice, and I let her know that, I had a funeral to go to. And she was like, can you reschedule the funeral? We really need you that day. I'm a tour guide, not a surgeon.
I am going to need a couple days off next week. My sister is getting surgery, and my dad purchased a plane ticket for me to be there. Cheryl, we are doing inventory. Can't this wait? No. It is scheduled. This may be the last time I am able to verbally communicate with my sister. I understand. But you are a USIP. Who will run your team? You. This is not optional. If the surgery doesn't work, she will pass away soon. I am going to see her. You will not have a job if you abandon your inventory duties. Then I won't have a job. She has cancer. This is literally life or death. Okay. Do not expect a job once you return. I called HR. Surgery did not work. She passed 5 days later. That last day with her was worth 7 jobs. For missed calls from Dollar General, Calls again. Hello. I need you to come in today. I can't come in today. My mom passed away. Abby called in and we have a delivery in a few hours. I really need you to come in. I let you know a few days ago that the nurse said my mom only had a day or two left. I don't have any coverage. I told you months ago that my mom has cancer and won't make it. You started taking applications specifically for coverage. I have given you proper notice. This qualifies as a family emergency. I'm not coming in. What do you expect me to do? You're joking, right? I literally watched her take her last breath 20 minutes ago. The funeral home hasn't even had the chance to pick her up and you're asking me to come in? Figure it out. Passes away at 12:30 am, calling work at 5 o'clock. I'm knowing openers are there to tell them I'm not coming in. Store manager annoyed since I called over 5 times. This is a coffee shop. How may I help you? Hey. My mom just passed away earlier this morning. Okay. So does that mean you're not going to be closing today? Yeah, that means I'm not coming in today. I need to know how to file for leave of absence. But you can't start until after the mandatory meeting. The district manager will be there. Are you serious? My mom just died. How can you expect me to be at the meeting? You will be fired if you don't show per corporate. Calling Alta 3 hours before my shift. Hey. I just got a call. My grandma is in the hospital and I have to go to Alabama. They don't think she'll be here much longer. No, you have to come in tonight. I'm literally in a car on the way to Alabama. I can't be there. I'm sorry. This isn't acceptable. I bet your grandma's not sick. Come in tonight or you're fired. My grandma has cancer. She might not make it through the week. I'm going. If you go, you're fired. My grandfather passed and his funeral is in 2 weeks. I will need to leave early that Friday to catch my flight. No, you can't leave early. We have a staff meeting that day that you've known about for months. I'm sorry, but I can't control the date of the funeral. I will need to leave an hour early. No, you need to learn to schedule your time better. This is not my issue to accommodate. I can't control when someone dies. I will be leaving early. You can take your vacation when you've requested it with advance notice. It's a funeral, not a vacation, but sure. Let me call my grandmother and tell her my grandfather will need to die on a timeline that works better for you. Not, I will be leaving early. I just found out my best friend died, so can you help me find someone to cover my shift? We don't have anyone to cover your shift. I'm a mess. Please don't make me come in like this. Fine, don't come in, but you have no vacation time left. I won't be in the rest of the week so I can travel for the funeral. Did you find someone to cover for you? No, but my best friend is dead and I'm not missing her funeral. Sorry. We need you to work the desk. I will be back on Monday. Sorry. I expect you to bring in the funeral program as proof. Will I be able to use my sick days for this? No, sick leave only covers immediate family deaths. This is worse than when I lost my dad. Can you please make an exception? No, I will see you Monday. Next week will be my last week. What? Why? My best friend passed away yesterday. I'll need Thursday and Friday off for the wake and funeral. Why both days? Because he was my best friend, I need to attend. Do you have proof? Proof of what? That he's dead? What proof can I give you? Either his hospital band, death certificate, or obituary card before the days you need off. That's insane. Well, you will be written up if you don't get one of those to me first. I'm so sorry to hear about the car accident. I hope you are okay. I can't come in Sunday. They are having the service for my best friend. Why aren't you here? He's at his best friend's funeral. He's scheduled to work. He needs to be here. He's 17 and just lost his best friend. So does that mean he's not coming? Good Lord, yes. That means he's not coming. If he can't handle the schedule, then he doesn't need to work here? Sorry. Next time I get in a car crash and watch my friend D3, I'll make sure to schedule it for my day off. Wednesday, hey, I just wanted to let you know I will need to take Saturday off for a funeral, but I will find coverage. Why didn't you write it in the book 2 weeks ago like you're supposed to? Why should I even let you find coverage? My childhood friend was still alive 2 weeks ago. How was I supposed to know he was going to Cavallo himself last night? Oh, okay, yes, you can find coverage, but that's on you to do so. I'm not helping you. Okay, thank you. No one will cover my whole shift, just part of it. I won't be able to work at all. I'm already a mess. I can't work right before the funeral. You can and you will. You may change in the bathroom. Just remember it's rude to be late to a funeral, so make sure all your jobs are done, since I won't let you off until they are. Calling store manager 5 hours into my shift. My sister just called me. Dad was admitted to hospital. They don't know what's wrong, just that it is very serious. He is unconscious and not responding to treatment. I need you to come in so I can get there. It is 4 a.m. I am not coming in now. You can wait until 7 when I come in for paperwork. I am not waiting 3 hours to leave when it is a 90-minute drive to the hospital. I don't know what total you. I am not coming in until 7. I make a schedule for a reason. You don't get special treatment because you claim your dad is sick. This is an emergency. Me dad could be dying. I'm leaving whether you come in or not. I will be there at 7. I quit. I am on my way. I still quit. Don't quit. Gets call from 10-year-old sister telling me mom's chest was hurting and the ambulance picked her up. Hey boss, I need to leave now. Angelina just called me and told me my mom just got taken by ambulance to the hospital with chest pain. You're scheduled to leave right after the opener. You won't be here more than an hour. I know, but Angelina is scared. Plus, you know it's an hour drive home. Started crying. I really need to go now. I don't know if it's a heart attack. If the opener lets you leave first, you can leave. Besides, it will take the hospital a while to assess her. You being there won't help. Asked opener. She said no, cried in bathroom. Worked 2.5 more hours. Boss stopped me on my way out to ask me if I was showing up the next day. Hey, I am scheduled from 4 till 8, but I will not be able to make it in. Why won't you be here? My tire popped on the side of the road on my way, and I don't have a spare tire. I have to wait for a tow truck to get it towed. You have to come in today. We are short-staffed. I won't have a ride to work after my car gets towed. Did you get your car towed? Yes, they are here now towing it. Ask the tow truck driver to drop you off for the last hour of your shift. I'm not coming. Calls boss. Hey boss, I got into a car accident. I won't be in today. Oh wow, were you okay? Yes, but I'm pretty shaken up and a little sore. I think my car is totaled though. I'm dealing with the police now. I'm also gonna go to the hospital and get checked out. Okay, what time do you think you'll be in today for your shift? I won't be in today. Can you be here in 2 hours? Hangs up phone. Leaves work, gets in car accident, totals car. Hey boss lady, I just got in a car accident and totaled my car. I'm in the hospital now. I don't think I'll make it to work tomorrow. Text the charge nurse and find someone to cover you. Hey, I just wrecked my car. I'm in the hospital now, about to get a CT scan. I'm not going to make it in tomorrow. 2 hours later. Did you find someone to cover for you? We're already short. Passed out from IV pain meds. Hello. Sorry, the pain meds knocked me out. Nobody answered me yet to cover for me. I'm sorry. We'll just work short. Make sure you come in the day after tomorrow, and bring a doctor's note. I can't come in today, my car won't make it in the snow. And my street was not plowed. I'm sorry. My school just went into lockdown over threats of a shooter in my building. Hopefully I can get out before I need to be there, but if not, I'm just letting you know I might be late. I'm sorry. They cannot force you to stay there. You are your own person. Just walk out of the building. You better not be late. 5 hours into my 8-hour shift. Hey, I'm not coming in today, so I'm going to need you to stay late. Oh, I can't do that. I already made plans for tonight that I can't cancel, and I've already worked 40 hours this week. I need you to step up and start taking one for the team. I cannot make it in today. I have a 99.0 fever. You will need to stay an extra 8 hours. Thank you. Ends up working from 6 a.m. to midnight by myself. I left my uniform and name tag in the back office. I quit. I know we approved you taking dates off, but you're going to need to come in. What? Why? Too many people asked for those days off already, and we overpromised, so we just canceled everyone. It's really busy anyway? I'm sorry, but I won't be here, and I put my vacation time in 6 months ago. You are being dramatic. What do you have that's so important? Like I put in when I submitted the time. It's my wedding. Oh, do you think you can do a half shift at least? No. I know you said you were probably busy today, but any chance you can come in? Considering I am currently putting on a big white dress. No. How about Monday? I have an interview. I see. Is this about the wedding? Ooh, sis, I got you. Hey, I'm putting in my days off request for my wedding. Why days? A wedding is only one day. I know, but I need the day before off to prepare. And I would like a couple days off after my wedding so I can spend time with my husband. Hey, I noticed that you haven't accepted my days off yet. I still don't see why you need that many days off. It's only a total of 5 days. I'm telling you ahead of time so that I don't stress you out later. Hey, my clients are already rebooking with me on the days I need off. Can you please block it? Why didn't you ask me earlier? Now I have to call each guest to rebook because of you being irresponsible. I hope you know I'm not coming in on my wedding day. It's ridiculous. I quit. Hey, I know you're getting married, but can you come in to do the order? No, I already set it up to auto send. Don't touch it. Whoops, too late. Why is the order messed up? It's not my fault. I had it set up to send and it was messed with. I quit. How could you do this to us? You can't quit. Throws literal tantrum. I'm not finishing by 2 weeks. My new job needs me. Calls and proceeds to scream and throw another tantrum while saying I'm not allowed to leave. Where are you? Blocks. Hi, I would like to put in a time off request for fall break. Okay, here is the request off form. Can you cover a shift? No, I am home for fall break. I requested off for it several weeks ago and was approved. We really need you to cover this shift. I am 4 hours away and on break. So if you leave now, you could cover the second half of the shift. No, I am on break, which was approved by management. Goes to leave for work the following weekend. Checks mail first. We are writing to inform you that your position has been terminated because of a no-call, no-show on date during my approved time. Hey, I know it's 1.5 months away from Thanksgiving, but I need to take that weekend off. Why do you need it off? To go and see my family. Okay, put in the request. Why was my request denied? You do not have seniority. If someone higher than you requests it off to, I can't give it to you. I'm a college student from out of state. I live 4 hours away. I won't have housing over the break. I need you during that time. It's our busy time, but I won't have anywhere to stay here. I have to go home. Nope, you have to work. I'm so excited for my new job. Thank you for the opportunity. I can't believe I'm a graphic designer. No problem, we are very happy to have you. Just so you know, most people here can't afford our health insurance plan. And you won't have any PTO until after 1 year. And the owner thinks that people won't work if they work from home, so that's not allowed. Also, everyone in our office besides one person had COVID in either December or January. Oh. I just tested positive for COVID. Hi there, we'd like to offer you the position you applied for. Wow. Thanks, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, of course, we will just need to schedule a drug test before you start, okay? Just so you are aware, I will test positive for THC because I am a registered medical marijuana patient under the state's program. Oh, well, that's going to be a problem. I can assure you I am under the supervision of a doctor and I only use it home for chronic pain episodes. My references can attest it does not affect my work ethic or professionalism. No, it's illegal. We rescind our employment offer. It's been legal in the state since 2008. I'm on the registry. To us, it's illegal. We don't employ criminals here. It's legal and medicine, but okay? Hi, I am the new assistant manager. I am going to shadow you tonight so I can learn how to close the salon. Nice to meet you. We just go through this closing checklist every night. I will show you. Thank you for training me. Have a good night. Why am I crossed off the schedule in red pen? The assistant manager said you made numerous company violations last night while closing. She said she talked to you? No, she did not say anything. Well, I need you to sign this write-up and we are suspending you. I am not signing that, and you still have not told me what I did wrong. We need you to come in today as we have no one to cover your shift during your suspension. That is not my problem. I quit. Hi, are you available to come back to work for us? Yes. Please call me when you put me on the schedule so I will know when I work. Okay. Waits 2 months to be put back on the schedule. Goes shopping in employer's store. Why didn't you show up for your shifts last week? What shifts? I finally put you on the schedule last week and you didn't show up. No one called and told me about you scheduling me for last week. I was on vacation, but the other managers should have called you. No one called me. I'll talk to the other managers to see who called you. Gets email saying that I've been terminated. Hi, I am putting in my 2 weeks notice. Okay, this is very inconvenient timing, but we thank you for your time here. 2 weeks later. I know you are off tomorrow, but can you please cover for the employee that quit? You had 2 weeks to ask me if I could cover, and you're asking me the day before he leaves? His timing was bad. We need you to cover. So you're going to have me work 12-hour shifts for 7 days a week until you hire someone? His leaving was inconvenient for us. But you had 2 weeks to ask me about coverage, and you're asking me now right before he leaves? Like I said, his leaving was inconvenient for all of us. Hey, I need you to call this person and fire them. I can't. I'm not working today. Okay, well, I need you to do it because I'm busy right now. Aren't you working though? Yeah, but I just can't do it right now. Okay, well, it's my day off and I'm not even supposed to be doing that because it's not in my job description and I'm not getting paid for it. I need to talk to you in the office for a second. Okay? So I'm gonna write you up for talking back to me yesterday and not following orders. I wasn't even here. Yeah, well, it was disrespectful. Yeah, well, I'm putting in my 2 weeks, so I quit. Check schedule closing 5x this week in a row. Come to the office. Gives write up for lack of production. Of course there's production issues. I'm closing only 5 nights a week. Why can't you or the ASST manager close once or twice to help me out? Why should we? We both have families that we go home to. You're gay and have no kids. You don't have anyone to go home to? Calls HR. To Department Monger, you had a discrimination complaint. Take this as a verbal warning. Can't believe he called our. If at G. Write-up stays on file. As I called out sick from work today. You need to come in for your shift. I'm not in the mental or physical state to handle patients to the best of my ability. I just need like 2 days off. You're expected to and better show up for your shift tomorrow. The doctor actually gave me 4 days off with meds and to go to therapy, but I need the money, so I'll forsake my mental health if I can just have tomorrow off. I have someone that can cover me. Has anxiety attack about missing work. Nursing shift report 2 days. Nurse A was assaulted last night. Were the police called? Yes, the patient was arrested at 5 a.m. Later that day, the hospital paid the patient's bail. They advised not to press charges, so our satisfaction scores are not affected. I just wanted to let you know I am pregnant and am experiencing some bleeding and have to go to the hospital. No. My client has PTSD from financial instability. She needs therapy. So you're not going to cover it. We'd rather traumatize her with more financial instability.
We're going to schedule you for exactly 39 hours a week so that we don't have to pay health insurance for you. We're also not going to give you a regular schedule so you can't get another job because you need to be available at all times. While our CEOs get giant bonuses and we post record-breaking profits every quarter, we're going to pay you the bare minimum that we can legally get away with. If you have a baby, only half of you will qualify for 6 weeks of unpaid maternity leave. And considering how much money we pay you, chances are you won't take it because you can't afford it. Keep in mind that reputable dog breeders are not allowed to separate puppies from their mothers until 8 weeks. If you experience a medical emergency and live in a right-to-work state, we can fire you for taking the time off you need to recover. That's even if you had to have life-saving surgery, which you probably paid out of pocket for anyway. In fact, if you live in a right-to-work state, I can fire you for any reason at all. Even things like telling other coworkers how much you make or talking about how you all should band together to get better treatment. And if you lose your job for any of these reasons or no reason at all, and you need any kind of assistance, our society is going to talk about what a piece of crap you are. Welcome to America!
My company doubled its value in the year 2020 during a pandemic, got rid of a few different departments, and then divvied up the responsibilities against the rest of us. The head honcho dude makes $12 million a year, made $22 million in the year 2020, then gave me a 1% increase, bringing $300 extra a year to my salary, got himself a 7% raise yearly, said that he would have given me more, but they just couldn't afford it because of COVID. Fuck corporate America, eat the rich, $27 minimum wage is a requirement.
My boss asked me if I could come in the next day when I told her that the reason I had not been at work is because I had just woken up from a coma.
I got 4 days off work for a suicide attempt.
So it's my day off where I should be able to just enjoy it, but instead I usually just spend it full of anxiety over the fact that I have to work tomorrow.
They made us come into work in this fucking bullshit. The state was in a state of emergency for this snowstorm. They made employees risk their safety driving in this to watch 5 fucking dogs.
Sorry I can't go on vacation with you guys. I have to save my vacation time for when the kids are sick. You know how that goes. Maybe in the next 5 years, hit me up and...
Sweet, it's payday. And I'm broke.
I'm currently on a 48-hour shift. Still can't pay my rent.
Do I want to pay my bills this week and go hungry? Or do I want to eat my bologna sandwich in the dark? So many choices.
It's having to use your only break to use the bathroom, because if you take a bathroom break on the clock, you get screamed at.
It's having to spend your shift shoveling snow and fixing the light fixture in the bathroom instead of doing your actual job.
Paying an exorbitant amount of money for college education in order to be qualified for a job, only to have that job turn around and annually pay us a fraction of what we need to pay off student loan debts, which we incurred in order to be qualified for that job in the first place.
Waking up every single day with the anxiety that you might get fired today. In other developed nations, employees have protections by law so that companies can't fire you whenever they feel like it. We're not the greatest country in the world.